Bear with me because this is going to be a longer TikTok. I have a reason for it. I want to explain myself because this is going to kind of be my kickoff to my crystal series. So I want to get into something this morning because it was a rabbit hole thing for me not too long ago. Who tests crystals for the metaphysical properties and who makes them right? I'm going to dive a little bit into this. Okay, for one, there are no scientists out there that do metaphysical studies on the properties or the healing properties, the spiritual correspondences of crystals, okay? No scientists. They test the physical properties. So when they say that quartz has a vibrational frequency, it has been scientifically proven. When you can rub those two quartz crystals together and create energy, that's been scientifically proven. When you use quartz in your watches to make them work, that's science. That has nothing to do with the metaphysical. I want to talk about how they do this metaphysical thing. Again, most of this is going to be my opinion of being around crystals and using crystals for probably 30 years. There is no one person that is a know-it-all for crystals. I'm going to tell you right now, everything differs with every person because our vibrational frequencies are different. So when someone tells you that this crystal is for a specific spiritual or healing power, that may be a generalized view. I think a lot of the metaphysical healing aspects to each of the crystals falls in with the chakras. I believe, and this is just with me, my experience diving into Reiki and getting my certification, I think this is where a lot of that spiritual side of crystals came from. And before I start kind of throwing things into categories, I want you to realize I've been doing this for 30 years and I have watched things change so much. You look at older books in the 80s and 90s and how the chakras were totally different than what they're using now. You think of your green crystals, like almost every single green crystal is associated with luck, prosperity. You think of green aventurine, jade. That's what's going on. I mean, pyrite, fool's gold. That is another one that's kind of thrown in, and it's because of the name fool's gold that I think it got thrown into that category. And that is one of the changes that I've seen when you look at the list of chakras. Rose quartz was always the heart representation stone in the chakras. Now it's green aventurine. What the fuck? Who changed that? And regardless of who changed it, I'm old school, man. I am still going to use a rose quartz when I do an energy cleansing on you or an energy clearing. That rose quartz is always going to be associated to the heart chakra in my world. So enough digressing. Let's look at the blue stones and how they are associated with the throat chakra, and they are creative expression, clear communication. They're all about the throat. Okay, so let's talk about two ways that you can see if a crystal vibrationally fits with you. One is kinesiology. That is literally holding a crystal in your hand with your arm extended. You can do it to the side, you can do it to the front. You will have somebody press on that arm, and if it is a weak arm, then it's a crystal that does not vibrationally fit you at that time. If the arm is stiff, then that's something that you need right now. And I say right now because your vibration does not stay the same. It is always going to shift due to outside circumstances, whether it's stress, anxiety, insomnia, happiness. Like, it's always going to change. The second way is feeling. I have had people put something to their chest, a crystal to their chest, and if it pulls you forward, then it's a crystal that vibrationally fits for you. Either way, everything is going to be how you feel attracted to these things. People will also come in with their pendulums. They will hold them over the crystals to see which one speaks to them through their pendulum. Another great way to pick out, what is calling to you. And this is why I think you need to have more than one crystal for certain things, because your vibrational energy is not going to stay the same. You may have to put it down, pick something else that works better with you on any given day, and it can change any day. Some people use spirit. Like, there's no right, really, or wrong way. I would go to metaphysical fairs And for some reason, the colors, when I was learning all of these, the colors is what drew me. I would be in a green mode or a blue mode or, a black mode. And then I would go home, get a book, because internet didn't have all this stuff, get a book and start looking them up and find out that, wow, that really fit with me with what was going on right then. Lots of different ways. So don't let any one person tell you that this is the way you need to pick your crystals. This is the way you need to hold your crystals. Now, charging them, that's a whole nother story. I'll get into that, but I do want to start on a crystal series, but I wanted to give you my viewpoint before I dive into this.